there at spectacular SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, rivals collide in the AFC West. It's the Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers. Mike Tirico, along with my partner Greg Olson, it's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from Southern California. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it. We'll find out early on what the plan is.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. The RPO, that one is complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Call it a gain of 13. First down, LA.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
He's got his man. Allen with the connection. 17 yards on that connection. And the Chargers have the first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On the give, it's Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
1st and 10.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do.
And he's in! Najee Harris, touchdown LA. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead.
Chargers 7, Broncos nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. Woo! He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL.
And he'll twist his way to a good run. A pickup of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll give it to Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. Run with Dobbins. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. It's a big one for the Chargers. 36 yards.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On the handoff, it's Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, LA.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. the ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
And he's in! Najee Harris, touchdown Chargers. That's his second touchdown of the afternoon.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Dicker now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Chargers move out on top, 14-0.
Broncos nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready for their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo. They start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. He'll push forward for about a yard. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Dobbins. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Troy Dobbs there to make the tackle.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. First and 10 now from the 36. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one. And he's got his team a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Disley is the man in motion. From the gun, it's Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. On the ground, here's Dobbins. Up the sideline at the 35. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give on the ground. Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. 14-0 is our score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 6. As we are ready to get back underway. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to run away with this one before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Looking middle and complete with Allen. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Motion man is Johnston. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That is Johnny Barron, the rookie first-rounder, getting the sack.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
That's caught once again by Ingram. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Deshaun Hand in on the tackle. To get it to the 28, but now it's third down. They send Sutton in motion. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert. That's to the running back, Marion Hampton. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. To throw is Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the Chargers. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Start on the ground, and he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing, Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Now, this might not look like much, right? It's a simple check down to his running back to pick up modest gain. But this is the development this team is very excited. This young quarterback continuing to get his feet wet, playing in the National Football League. This is the progress that has this fan base really excited.
That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Play action now. It's Nix. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Nix. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On comes the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon.
Makes the score Chargers 14, Broncos nothing.
The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Herbert. He'll get this to Disley on the right. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Herbert to throw. To the middle of the field. He's got Johnston. And he'll take this one in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Point after now from Dicker. He's got it. And the Chargers will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Broncos nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. McLaughlin now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. To throw is Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive started.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
He'll try to run for it. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Gain of a yard. It's now fourth down.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. And remember, the last time they tried this, he had it blocked. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Chargers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
And we all like to see tick on. So bring yourself over here, go. And let me see you get low. If you want this dude, now take it to the floor. If you want that.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Najee Harris. And it'll bring up second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll look underneath here for Hampton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out The third quarter is underway. McLaughlin now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. Brings up 2nd and
9. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Nix. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
It's certainly not for the lack of trying, but these guys are having a really hard time getting on the same page right now. I mean, he's still looking for his first catch, despite getting a handful of targets going his way.
3rd and 9. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get their man, and it's no gain.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Broncos.
3-yard line. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Broncos.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. First and goal as they convert on 3rd down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Start offense.
That one on the former Notre Dame star, Mike McGlinchey.
Still first down.
Now it is 1st and goal. Back to the ground after the penalty. And he will get into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it, and the Broncos get back in it. It is 21-7.
Broncos 7.
So now, after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This is Hassan Haskins to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. McConkey in motion. Aside, he's got the tight end, Disley. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. On a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. Gonna run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Motion man is Johnston. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. 18 yards on the connection. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. From a couple yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
And the
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at three situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On the ground, Hampton. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. Another run here with Hampton. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Play action now. It's Herbert. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Will Dissly. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will extend this third quarter lead.
7.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. McLaughlin now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. He'll give it to Dobbins. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nick. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and a yard. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense is out there, 4th and inches. Dobbins going to get it now as we start the 4th. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
Result of the play.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Disley is the man in motion. Handoff from the pistol to Harris. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Here comes Harris on the toss to the right. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Will Disley, touchdown Chargers. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. They continue to add points, Greg. Very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Kicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, as the Chargers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Broncos 7.
To a whole nother level. I don't know no better. When I got rich and bro coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spit the racks on the camouflage bells. Blue diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil.
After the touchdown, here's Kicker out to send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. 1 first down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 5. Here's Nix to throw. Now he'll run. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
A first down throw for Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On second down, it's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton.
Nix's pass.
16 yards. Pick up on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
16 yards.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Brings up third and inches.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run the sneak. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is first and goal.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second and goal.
You know, once he broke the pocket, Mike, I actually thought he was just going to call his own number and become a runner. I thought he had some green grass out in front of him to take it in, but he decides to put it in the air instead and falls incomplete.
Second down. Nix. He takes off.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Third and goal. Throwing is Nix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. On 4th down, here's Nix. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down.
It's a turnover.
The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Disley is the man in motion. On play action now. Herbert. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It is 3rd and 10. Now it's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
They run it over center with Harris. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Allen in motion. They'll give it to Harris again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they're going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.